The members of European Parliament have secured key improvements to the Ukraine facility, focusing on enhancing transparency and combating corruption. The EU reaffirms its commitment to supporting the recovery and reconstruction of the country. Today at the European Parliament, we are interviewing the member Eider Gardiazabal Rubial to know more details about the provided support for Ukraine. Hello, Eider, so nice to meet you today.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So the EU dedicated 50 billion euros for Ukraine. What are the main Ukrainian sectors that will be financed through this package?
Okay, so in this facility we have a different kind of support, I would say. Big part of this 50 billion is going to be directly budget support. So it means that it will help the Ukrainian government to support basic public services like healthcare or pensions or schools, these kind of things. There is also a part of the facility who is more devoted to build infrastructure or rebuild infrastructure, but also to support mental health or to support vulnerable people. And we also focus a lot on SMEs because we think that a big support to SMEs can help to shape Ukrainian tissue of the SMEs, and we will also focus a bit, because we know that Ukraine is on war, and this is clear, on the green sector, because we want to help also to build infrastructures and to build solar panels, for example, to also help to tackle climate change.
We cannot deny that there is still corruption in Ukraine. Could you please explain about the transparency and anti-corruption measurements that the European Union is taking?
Well, on the anti-corruption issue, first there are some preconditions to have access. So the Commission and the Member States and also the Parliament, we are going to do a very close monitoring on how the plan is elaborated and how the civil society is engaged, how the Verkhovna Rada is engaged, and we will do a monitor on the plan and on the execution of the plan. On the other side, we also introduced some measures linked to the transparency. So the Commission and the Ukrainian government will need to do a list of beneficiaries of the European funds if they are above a certain limit of amount, but it's quite low level of amount. So we will be sure that everything is done under the rules. Mm-hmm. This is not only for Ukrainian government and for Ukrainian people. We also do these kind of controls internally in the European Union.
Mm-hmm. So Ukraine has been greatly affected by the war that is going on since 2014. How long do you think Ukraine needs to reach the standards for joining the European Union?
Well, first of all, it will depend on how long the war will be, and we never know how much it will take, but what I know and I hope is that the European Union is going to continue this support to be sure that Ukraine will be ready as soon as possible.
And my last question, are there any plans for another support in the future?
Not really for the moment, because we just approved this 50 billion facility, but the commitment of the European Union, of the Parliament and of the Member States is that we will support whatever it takes. So if needed, once these 50 billions are exhausted, we will be ready to give more support, not only in terms of financial support, but also in terms of military support, in terms of technical support, also to help this reform agenda to be ready as soon as possible to join the European Union.
Thank you so much for the interview and for this information.
Thank you so much.
It's been 2 years since the Russian war of aggression in Ukraine, and we have given unequivocal support to Ukraine over the last 2 years. From a humanitarian point of view, not only have we sent humanitarian aid, but we've also welcomed millions of Ukrainian refugees fleeing war.